Data management. What is the data loader? Data loader is a tool you can use to load data. You can either update data with it, you can update, upsert, which means update and insert. You can insert, or you can export data. And the data loader also has a tool where you can delete data. It can also grab deleted data by using the export all function. You can grab deleted data. If you, let's say you deleted data and it's before the hard delete, you need to get it out of the org, but you still need to save it. You don't want it on the org, but you still need to save it somewhere. You use export all. It'll grab that data for you, unless it's past the hard delete 15 days once it's in the recycle bin. Now, the data loader does have to be downloaded, and if you have Windows, you can use the command line with the data loader, which will let you do automatic data functions, and you can do it. You can schedule things and you can have it work automatically. Now, when you are doing the data loader, it's important to also know that there's something called the data loader IO. It's the same exact thing, it's just a cloud-based data loader. But with this one, you can only have 10,000 records per month for free, unless if you upgrade it to premium, then you can have more records. And it's because the regular data loader that you download can do 5 million records, as we know. Now, when you're exporting data, you're going to want to use the data loader or data export service or reports. Data export service is right in here in your org. Let's take a look. Data export. Sometimes it's called data export wizard, but I would say just call it the data export service. Easier to memorize and not get confused with the data import wizard. You can schedule exports here. You can schedule them to be once a month or once a week. That's how that one works. And you can do a lot of different objects. Now, the data loader can also do that with the command line. So use the data loader, it's better and it can do a lot of different things. For example, the data loader can do 5 million records. Remember the data import wizard, it's only import, and it can only import custom objects, contacts, campaign members, leads, accounts, solutions. It can update things as well, leads, contacts, and accounts. It is a good tool to use, but it can only do 50,000 records. The data loader can do 5 million. If you need to do more than 5 million, you're going to have to use a third-party app outside of Salesforce. Okay, when you are getting data in to your org, you're importing it, then you need to use matching rules and duplicate rules to make sure that everything is going to be in sync where it needs to go. So remember that duplicate rules can be allowed, duplicate records can be allowed with duplicate rules if you allow them. So you don't have to not allow duplicates, you can allow duplicates. Also, you need to make sure that if you're in your duplicate rule, you are, go there real fast, duplicate rule. Okay, you need to make sure that in your duplicate rule, you know that you can do account, context, individual, lead, or custom objects. So in your duplicate rule, you need to make sure that you are allowing or blocking duplicates. And it's going to alert people or not. And you're going to set up the conditions, and then you're going to set it up with a matching rule. Because the duplicate rule needs to have a matching rule in order to work. Because the matching rule says, hey, here's a duplicate. Duplicate rule says, hey, keep it or delete it. Okay, when you restore deleted data, then you get back all the lookup relationships, but you have to redefine master details. Now, if you match something by an external ID here with the duplicate data, then you can do that. It'll match with the 15 or the 18 digit ID for each record. There's also another function. Let's say you need to back up and restore your data, and you want to schedule that weekly. Then you can use a tool called Backup and Restore. It's a Salesforce product, you have to get it, but it can prevent data loss and recovers data and it restores data, which is pretty cool. Okay, just a couple other things here. When you export data, you can't export formulas and rollup summaries. And then large exports are broken into multiple files. If you import currency and you fail to put the import currency code, then your default will be selected. Third-party apps can clean up data and they can validate data. If you do import pick lists that have values that are not in the org, then you can pick what happens. Well, if the pick list is restricted, then the record will be added, but the value won't be added. If the pick list is not restricted, then the value will be added. Okay? Now, the data loader can use the command line and it can save mappings with the command line, so you don't have to map every single time. And it's only available to those with the modify all settings or the administrator. The data loader can file workflows, validation rules, and triggers. When you use the import wizard, you can make it optional to fire workflow validation and triggers. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. Oh, one more thing. If you export data, it's going to be available for 2 days, so you can click in, get in there before it's deleted. Okay, and then that's all. Data loader, very good tool. 5 million records. Data import wizard, also very good tool. 50,000 records.